Mic check. Mic check. Good evening, everybody. There we go. Good evening, y'all. What's up? What's going on? It's Rashida Strober. I am the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. I am the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the very first platform in history for the eradication of colorism and darkism. I created this platform in 1998, before there was social media, before there was YouTube, and I called it Dark Skin Activism and called myself the Dark Skin Activist. Dark Skin Activism is the very first platform to ever address the systemic discriminations that dark-skinned people face. Now, what does dark skin activism consist of? It consists of my books about only dark skin. I've written more books on dark skin than anybody in the world. It consists of my play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, which there's also a book version of the play that I've been touring for years. Back in 2006 is when I started the tour. And it consists of my Darkism talks and commentary, which is the brand of speaking on colorism and dark skin that I was the first to introduce to the YouTube masses and the online masses. Now, for years before there was social media, nobody was talking about colorism and dark skin except myself and Cola Booth. And I struggled and toiled and fought on a grassroots level to get the movement off the ground. Along comes social media and YouTube. I brought my brand of commentary that was previously unheard of before to the social media masses in 2010 by creating the first colorism channel that ever existed on social media. Now, it took some years for it to get off the ground, but fast forward to 2015, I was named Donkey of the Day by Charlemagne in the Breakfast Club for calling out Kendrick Lamar's darkism. And people went crazy. Black people went crazy online because they never heard of such commentary regarding colorism. It was new. It was uncharted territory. So they began to mock me and say I was crazy and jealous and a hater. But a funny thing happened. Channels on YouTube started popping up based on my content, based on Rashida Strober. Reality TV started talking about colorism. And this was all after I had put in all this work and I had gone viral in 2015. One of the main reasons was being called Donkey of the Day by Charlemagne in the Breakfast Club. And people just went crazy. Black people went crazy. But the hypocritical part is they never cared to talk about dark skin and colorism until they see me do it. They mock me and then they turn around and copy me. But still, it's only one dark skin activist and it's only one person responsible for bringing the topic of colorism to the social media masses, the YouTube masses, and even to reality TV. They'll never give me the credit. People steal from me all the time, but you're not the dark skin activist. If you want to support my work, my original dark skin activist work, you can go to my Cash App, which is $ rashidalala. And I'm going to drop the Cash App, the PayPal, and also my GoFundMe in the chat box, but it's always on my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. It's always there. So the Cash App is $ rashidalala, $ rashidalala. The PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, that's icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And my GoFundMe, you can get to my GoFundMe by simply Googling Rashida Strober GoFundMe. I have my books available, including Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet, which is on Amazon, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, which is the book version of my play, and Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Now, Cash App, PayPal, GoFundMe contributions of $40 or more will get you a copy of one of my dark skin books, an autograph copy. With that being said, let me get into this. Now, Ready to Love is a show on Oprah Winfrey's network that I have been a fan of ever since it came out. It's a great show. I like to see all these beautiful Black people together. I think it's when Black people get all dressed up and glossed up, we look so good. Even when we dress down, we look good. It's so nice to just see all these Black men and women together in one area pursuing each other. It's refreshing, and I love the direction of Oprah Winfrey's own network, because what she's doing is actually helping Black folks. And this relationship show, which another thing I want to also commend, is the theme song. And I, for the longest, try to figure out who wrote that theme song. Let me tell y'all, that's probably now it's in my top 5 of favorite theme songs of all time. Like, I love that theme song. I think it's beautiful. And I wish that this theme song was actually a full-fledged real song. I think Nephew Tommy is very funny. I think he fits the show. I would not want to see another host. I like him. I mean, Will Packer is, I believe, the creator and the producer. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think this show provides beautiful opportunities for Black people to come together. And I think that this show promotes Black love, which is what we need more of. We need to promote Black love. And for the most part, it is promoted in a positive way. So I got a lot. This actually, like I said, I've been a fan of this show. I done watched all of the seasons from the first one up until the one now. I'm still watching the one now, the most current one. But here's the thing, y'all. I would never go on the show because I wouldn't get picked. I'm too dark. I don't fit the physicality of what they're looking for. And I could tell. And when I say they're, I'm referring to the men on the show. I'm referring to whoever is casting the show. And I noticed that on the most recent cast, there is an overabundance of non-dark skinned women. And I will say that whoever is casting this show, they do make an effort to bring dark skinned women on that show. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie. They do make an effort to bring dark skinned women on the show, but just because they make an effort to bring dark skinned women on the show, it doesn't mean that the dark skinned woman is always going to get picked. And y'all can holler about, for the fans of the show, y'all could come on here and holler about Ashley, the dark skinned young lady that I believe she was on the first cast. But to me, I feel like she was picked by default because he didn't really want to be with, hold on, y'all. Let me make sure because I can't remember his name. Hold on 1 second. I don't want to be referring to nobody as he. Alex is his name. Okay. I don't believe that Alex really and truly wanted to be with Ashley. I believe that she was just like the throwback, the default, and I'm not saying that to be rude or disrespectful to her, but I believe that he really wanted to be with Tiffany. Anybody that really watched that, and Tiffany, light skin, he was enthralled by her. He was like, it's like the men, to be honest with you, if you look at the mixer part, whenever they, when they first coming in, meeting each other, they're always gravitate to the light-skinned women. It takes them a while to warm up to the dark-skinned women. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. The people that are fans of this show, that's been watching the show from day one, don't come up on here. I'm not lying. You can go on YouTube if they still got these episodes up, and you clearly see that when they are coming in through the. And I don't watch enough of Ready to Love to notice I'm a fan of the show. I am a fan, honey. I am a fan. Don't get it twisted. I am a fan. I am a fan, but I have to tell the dark-skinned activist truth, whether you like it or not. Okay? Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all share this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I go live. And make sure you hit my Cash App. The Cash App is $rashidalala. And it can be found on my website, darkskinactivist.com. I said darkskinactivist.com. Okay? If you look at the mixers, you can always see how the men will gravitate towards the light skin or the more exotic females first. Now, people talk about Shay, which I actually like Shay. And you could call out Shay and say, well, you know what? The dudes liked her or whatever. But Shay is what I would consider, and black people, if we keep it real, let's keep it 100 now. I don't want nobody on here that cannot be honest. Shay is the acceptable dark-skinned woman. And I created that phrase, acceptable dark-skinned woman. I got to throw this stuff out because people stay plagiarizing my work. They stay stealing from me, and I'm tired of it. So I'm going to call it out and let you know this is my creation. Don't plagiarize me. Keep it 100. Anyway, Shay is the acceptable dark-skinned woman because she got that dark skin that's not typical of the sub-Saharan type, the dark skin phenotype that you would see somewhere in Ghana or, West Africa. She has a more mixed Indian look, and let's keep it 100. And what black people would refer to in the black community as that good hair, that baby hair, that good hair, that baby hair. Okay, and this is no shade on Shay because I like Shay. I like her attitude. She got this straight up, straightforward attitude, and I always like people like that. I don't like fake and phony. I don't like that. But remember the dark-skinned woman? Hold on. I'm finna pull it up right now. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't finna come up on here and lie to me. Y'all ain't finna come up on here, and make up stuff. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App, make a donation, make a contribution. $rashidalala. Once again, $rashidalala. Support the channel. PayPal is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Shatavia. Remember Shatavia, y'all? Do y'all remember Shatavia? Now, Shatavia was the typical Afrocentric looking dark-skinned woman with no admixture. She does not look like she has any type of other race in her except being a Black American. Whereas if you look at Shay, you could clearly see that there's something there that she's mixed with, even though she's darker skinned. Okay. And her mom was a lighter skinned woman. And again, please don't come on here hating on me and lying on me, saying you don't like light skinned people and mixed race people. It's far from the truth. I'm simply pointing out the truth. So it came down between Michael. It came down between Shatavia and Shay, but Shay was his first choice. Shatavia was not his first choice. Let's keep it. I watched the whole, I know what I'm talking about. Shatavia was not his first choice. And one thing I like about Shatavia, because I do you one better though, but I could respect Shatavia. She was like, you know what? I ain't finna be fighting over no man. I'm not gonna be fighting with my friends. I'm gonna let you have that. And I could respect that. That was the womanly thing to do. That was the mature thing to do. And I always will remember her for that. And you can't do nothing but respect her for that. But I'm going to do you one better. I wouldn't even go on the show. Me personally, I wouldn't go on the show because they don't really want to pick the dark-skinned woman. It's like the dark-skinned woman has to work a bit harder if she's like all the way fully dark-skinned. Now, if she come in there with the Shay look, you know, she got that going for her, it's going to be a little bit easier. People could say whatever they want about personality, this, you know, this quality and characteristic in terms of character. That is not how these black men are choosing these females. That's not. Even Reva was last after Tandy. Tandy light skin. See, I told y'all I don't watch all the different episodes and the different seasons. But for those of you that want to come holler, I done gave y'all some concrete examples here now. It's hard. It's going to be hard to refute what I'm saying because I done watched this show. I told you I'm a fan. I done gave y'all some hardcore examples. I talked about Ashley, Tiffany, and Alex. And I showed y'all how, which is all based on facts. You can go back and watch yourself. Tiffany was his first pick. And, you know, Ashley was the fallback, the dark-skinned woman, the sure bet. She always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? The last pigs. And you know, everybody was hating on Reva. Let me get on Reva. Everybody was hating on Reva. But Reva she had to go through so much. And I believe in my heart that Mario just sometimes black men succumb to the darkism. They succumb to what the majority will feel is appropriate. That has a lot to do with it. If a woman is light skinned, even if they don't really like her, they'll date her. Okay? They will date her because she's acceptable to their boys, and they can go and show her off to their family. And people will be like, oh, she's beautiful. And they're saying it subconsciously because the person is light skinned. It might not necessarily be because the person is actually beautiful, but it's more acceptable. So I believe that might have a little bit of something to do with it. But Mario stood up and went for what he really wanted, you know. And sometimes black men do that. They really want to be with a dark skinned woman. Some of them do. I ain't gonna lie, but they want to keep the dark skinned woman your secret love. Why can't we tell somebody the secret loves never enough? Okay. Rest in peace, Luther. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. I love Luther Vandross. Okay, but I'm just keeping it real. You know? And I think that's what happened. So Mario, it took him some time. Everybody felt so sorry for Tandy. Subconsciously, you felt sorry for her because she's light skinned. That had a lot to do with it. Y'all can deny it all y'all want. I don't care how many of y'all disagree with me. I could care less. Okay. And made Reva out to be the bad one when this man was pursuing her. He was pursuing her. That's how it went down. You know what I'm saying? And I do kind of believe in signs and compatibility. You got to also realize too, I got to throw this in here, that Mario was a Pisces, I believe, and I believe Reva was a Capricorn. And Pisces and Capricorns make pretty damn good couples. And I can tell you right now, being the Capricorn that I am, those Pisces, they do pursue us. They do. They do. But when we come together, we're like a hand in a glove. We're a good fit. It just is what it is. I mean, I've always have gotten along with Pisces people, whether they be male or female. I've gotten along. But I will say in relationship wise, for some reason I seem to attract Pisces men like all the time. It's crazy. I'm like, what? I don't even, you don't even be looking for them. It's just a magnetic type of thing. It's really strange. I can't even put my finger on it, but I just really do get along very well with Pisces people in general. It's just something about their energy that draws me to them. And then Scorpios, shout out to my Scorpios, because I like the Scorpios because they just come at it real. They just straight lace. It's, they're not fake and phony. The ones I done ran across, I like Scorpio people. I get along with them as well. But relationship wise, honey, Thank you for that. Let's see. Nikosa Zavar Gupta, and I apologize if I butchered your name. You said everything you were saying is true. What can you do about it? You were the first I heard of publicly. Thank you. I love when people when they tell the truth about me being the first and only dark-skinned activist. In fact, dark-skinned activists and dark-skinned activism, I created those phrases, and dark-skinned activist is my brand name. I own it. It is my brand name. It is my trademark. It came from my brain. People always just want to lie. But, like I said, going back to Reba and Mario, listen, it took him it took him a while to say, hey, this is who I want to be with, and all that. When I sat there and I look at all that, y'all, when I sit there and I see all of this going down and how it always takes a black man a long time to choose a dark-skinned woman. They got to go through all this. They got to go through the females that's light-skinned. They really don't like them, but because they're light-skinned, they say, you know what, this is the acceptable. They got to go through all that. And to finally get to me, you got to put me on a back burner. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is why I personally, I would never go on a show because I cannot handle, and I'm just being honest, like I always been, I cannot handle the type of energy these men putting out regarding darkism and blatantly choosing London. He just popped up in my head. London, who is not my type. I was not enthralled over London at all. But y'all seem to like him. I'm not saying he ugly, but I mean, he just wasn't all that to me. It's anyway. I remember at the mixer when they first showed up. I think it was London and Mario. I think I could be wrong, but London was definitely there. And Reva walked up, and it was kind of a shabby little reception. No, that wasn't Mario. That was the what was his name? I can't remember. It was so many of them, y'all. I can't remember his name, but I kind of did like him because he's kind of funny. But anyway, he was the one that was digging Amber a minute. But he really liked it, lighter skinned Alexis. I cannot think of his name. But going back to when they first showed up, I remember, if I remember correctly, I believe it was Reba that came up on there first. And then when, a lighter skinned woman came, they was like, you know what I'm saying? You could just like tell the energy shifts with London. I could tell. I saw it. Y'all can deny it, but I can read people. I've been able to read people for a long time. And I have become pretty good at reading Black men and their reception to dark-skinned women in public. And their reception to dark-skinned women when they're placed in a situation where there is dark skin, light skin, brown skin, white skin. They will always go after the light-skinned woman first. That's a fact. I've seen it. VA says BM want anything white adjacent. They always, even Malcolm X talked about that. He spoke on that, I believe, in his autobiography. and I'm paraphrasing, where he said the brothers would jump over 100 sisters just to get the one non-black woman. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing cloaked in black women or mixed race women or black women that look exotic. They're jumping over the real black women, the phenotypical, the classically African looking black women, to get to the ones that don't look classically African, because that's not what they really want. You know, and I just, like I said, I just can't handle it. I personally would not be able to take it. So, you know, I don't, you have to have some very thick skin to go on Ready to Love show and be a dark skinned woman, because you could be beautiful. I remember there was one dark skinned chick on there that they were ragging on her because they claimed she had on too much makeup, you know, and that was just an excuse to dismiss her because she was all the way black. They'll find any excuse. Thank you for telling me I'm telling the truth. That's all I do is tell the truth. They'll find any excuse to get rid of you. Any excuse, you know? And, Lord have mercy, Jesus. And it's just like, when I think about it, it's, you go on a dating show like this and your self-esteem, you got to think that somehow, or there's a possibility that some of these women, their self-esteem is just being assaulted over and over and over and over again. And they come in putting forth their best face, their best effort. They giving it all they got. Shout out to Anita Baker, giving you the best that I got. That's what they're doing. And that's still not enough. It's still not enough. There is no way in hell I would subject myself to that type of darkism, to that type of mental darkism, because it's mentally taxing. Folks, it is mentally taxing. I just couldn't take it. And I sit there and I watch the show, and I do enjoy watching the show. I do enjoy, you know, the dynamics of the interaction between the different couples. But I'm just like, oh, these men are always, and they do it so like there's covert and overt. You know, when I was going to school, there was overt darkism where they told me straight up, you black and ugly, and I wouldn't talk to you. You're ugly. You're too black. You're too dark skinned. You too ugly. You ain't my type. And I remember, and I seen this one dark skinned dude. I couldn't believe he actually spoke to me. I'll never forget it. I'm finna start filming these people in public. And he was dark skinned, but I ain't gonna lie, this dude was so ugly, and he thought man, you could still to this day see that he think he did, but you don't even look good. You got a receding hairline. But I'm gonna tell y'all, this is why he thought he looked so good. And he went to Dixie. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gotta say no names. There's a lot of people that went to Dixie in St. Petersburg, Florida. But anyway, I think it was because he was on a football team. Because you know, if you're on a football team or the basketball team, you automatically become popular. But he was so ugly. And I remember we used to be on the activity bus, and you know, I used to run track. But I was quiet and dark skinned and introverted, and I could clearly see that I was not the pick. I was not. So I was quiet. I never said anything about it. I was abused and, you know, talked about and buked and scum. And I took it. I took it for a long time. That's why I say I'm not built for this type of stuff. Because I've been and let these, because we know what it is. You ain't finna do me like this. But anyway, let me finish. You know, I this dude, he was dark skinned and he's short, stocky. And the only reason I believe these chicks was fucking him is because he was real popular on a football team. And he was with this light-skinned chick who was very average and mediocre. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but she was. But they think that every light-skinned woman is just beautiful. And I'm not sitting here saying for you haters that light-skinned women are not beautiful. There's some ugly ones and there's some pretty ones. My point here is this dude thought that he was above everybody because he was with this light-skinned chick. I believe she was a cheerleader, and she was so average. To me, she was kind of below average, like for real. It was a lot better looking, but because she was light-skinned, that's why. And she was very acceptable to bring around his friends. And I remember we used to be on the activity bus, and you know, they would prop him up and prop her up and praise her. All the guys on the football. I'll never forget this. I will never forget this. And she was just average. And that's why a lot of times these non-dark skinned women, they feel they feeling them they privileged because they have been souped up for so many years. You understand? People done told them you are the prize for so many years. They done showed them that you the prize. And that's why some of them have the attitudes that they have. Not all, but some, keeping it 100. So I seen this dude, and I'll never forget how nobody treat me, man. It could be years later, man. I'll never forget how bitch treat me. And I just remember him not treating me well, along with the other football players. I will never forget it. It scarred me. I'm scarred. I'm traumatized. Black men, y'all have traumatized the fuck out of me. That's why I would not come on no dating show like this again. There's no way in hell. I'm not doing it. Y'all pay me a lot of money. Lots of money. And I think these people be going on there for free or whatever. But a lot of money for me to come up on a show like that, because I ain't finna take that. I took it back then. I ain't finna take it. I'm gonna call you out. You can call me ugly, crusty, black, rusty, crunchy. I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, I seen this dude up in Walmart. Child, I seen him in Walmart. Now he got a receding hairline. Child, he a little bit bow-legged too. Child, he was walking. And he actually, he spoke to me. I don't think he remembered who I was, but he spoke to me, and I like to fell out. I like to fell out on the fucking cans and knock all the damn cans down because I fucking couldn't believe it. I was like, what the hell? This dude actually speaking to me? I ain't say nothing to him because I was really in a state of shock. I'm like, this dark-skinned dude that thought he was better than me, and you know, I wasn't, he was above me and could never date me, that was running around with his light-skinned girlfriend and promoting her and praising her like she was a child. You speaking to me? I could not believe it. I did not say one word. I did not say one word, honey. I did not say one word. I was in a state of shock, you know? So that's what I'm saying. I'm triggered. I'm triggered when I see, you know, a lot of black men in a room, like in a setting like Ready to Love. And it's not because it ain't got nothing to do with me being fearful of them. I grew up in the hood. That ain't what I'm talking about. I got 5 brothers. I'm talking about they make me feel insecure and question my beauty. And I think a lot of dark-skinned women feel that way, even though they don't say it. When they start seeing the men going after the light-skinned women first, they know damn well they be feeling that in their heart, some of them. They ain't gonna say it. I'm here to say it. That's why I would not go on that show. I would not. I sit back and I watch Ready to Love. I support it. I love the show. I think it's a great show, but I would never subject myself to that. I would never. Okay. That's just Rashida Strober, honey. So yeah, I might come back on here and give y'all a review of the most recent episodes that's going on, because like I said, I'm a fan of the show. I just want to go on there because I've been on went off and let them know exactly what time it is regarding darkism, and you're not going to put me to the back. You're not going to put me to the back, and you're not going to make me feel less than. You're not going to make me feel less pretty. You're not going to make me feel, you know, any type of way regarding my femininity and my beauty because I'm dark skinned. I would not tolerate that. So yeah, guys, that is what I wanted to say. I had to get that off my chest because as I was watching the show, I was just thinking, my immediate thought was I would never go on that show as a dark skinned woman because they're not gonna pick me. Or they might pick me last, or they might pick me, you know, I'm the damn alternate. I'm the stand-in. I ain't gonna be that. I'm not gonna be a last option. I'm not gonna be a side chick. Okay. I'm gonna be number one, or I'm gonna be nothing at all. And that is the mentality that dark-skinned women need to have. And dark-skinned women need not accept anything less. I got to be number one or nothing at all. I'm not going to be your backup plan. Okay? Because that's what they'll do. When they finish running through all these other chicks, you know, these light skinned, they did them wrong. And, you know, some of them took their money and took them down. Then you want to come back to a all the way black, dark skinned, nappy headed black woman. The real black. You want to come back to the real black. Nope. Nope. Me personally, I ain't having it. This is what they do. I made a video years ago, maybe more like 5 years ago, speaking on older men, how they'll spend their youth chasing non-dark skinned women, but then when they get older, then they come chasing after a dark skinned woman. How do I know? Because it's done happened to me. After they done used their best years, their earning power, you know what I'm saying? Their looks, their health, they done use all that up on a non-dark skinned woman. When they done became ran down and can't do no more, then they gonna come chasing after the dark skinned woman. Whether she be young, middle-aged, or old, I done seen them do it to all ages. Then you wait till you get old to find the beauty in the dark skinned woman. Nope. And if I was, I encourage dark skinned women, the young ones, don't date them. Like I said before, don't date them. 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 But that's it, y'all. That's pretty much what I have to say this evening. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch. Make sure you guys like this live stream. Make sure you guys share. Make sure you hit the notification bell for when I go live. Okay. VA, I got to read your comment here. You said, you're correct. Why do biracials always enter into our spaces? Females ready to love should only allow 2 black parent contestants. That's an interesting perspective there. But I don't think that that's ever going to happen, because you have to realize you have whoever's casting. You got to realize the sensibility of the person or the people that are behind the casting. It's just like with the music videos, how in the 90s, when I was a teenager, how I saw video after video after video after video where the featured woman was a light-skinned woman or a non-black woman. They continuously do this to us, continuously just sell us out. I mean, so that was casting that was doing that. Sometimes the rappers was doing it too. They try to put it on casting and lie, now that they being called out for it. But back in the 90s, they didn't care. It's still the same mentality. That's why I said, I'm not going to put myself through all of that. If I ever was to go on a show like Ready to Love, honey, you're going to have to pay me. I'm going to have to get paid. I'm going to have to get paid. That's all, because I already know what I'm going to be in for. I already know what these men are going to do. Okay? I already know. So guys, make sure you go to my Cash App. Or you can go to my PayPal, or you can go to my GoFundMe. My goal is to get my GoFundMe to reach, the short-term goal is $10,000. Okay. So please assist with that. Or you can go to my Cash App, which is $rashidalala. Once again, $rashidalala. I'm throwing that in the chat. I'm also going to throw my PayPal in the chat, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm throwing in my donation platforms here. So give me a moment here. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I do see this person on here. May God bless America. I'm going to tell you the truth. May God bless America. I don't know if you're sincere or not. I don't know what your objective is and what your agenda is. You know, there's a lot of people that come to you, and you have to be watchful. I don't know, because I've seen some of your comments on here, and some of your comments are questionable, and I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know where you're coming from. It's kind of hard to understand. I don't know. Sometimes people, they have multiple accounts where it could be the same person that's commenting under a different name. So I don't know. I don't know what your true agenda is. You say, Rashida, what do you mean? I'm just making sure, because I don't know. I don't know. I see you made a whole bunch of comments. Like, when will you come on the show? I don't know what show you're referring to. You said, I want you to come tonight at 2 o'clock. I'll be there. Be where? You said, Rashida, you are beautiful, baby. Well, thank you. Rashida, can we talk about darkism tomorrow? Like, I don't understand what you mean by all of these comments. Okay. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Okay, may God bless America, Jackson. Okay. But, I make these videos because I know that I'm helping people. I know that there's some people out here that want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear nothing sugar-coated. They don't want to hear the fakeness. They want to hear what you really feel and what you really think and how you really see things. And that's what I'm here to do. I can't do nothing else. So shout out to the people out here that's rocking with me and that respects truth. Because like I said, when I saw this, one of the episodes tonight, one of the newest episodes, I was like, damn, here we go again. Here we go again. I immediately thought to myself, I would never go on this show. Like, I would never subject myself to that. So that's how I feel. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me tonight. Once again, I want to encourage you to go to my Cash App, which is $Rashida Lala. Once again, $Rashidalala. Or you can go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Or you can go to my GoFundMe, and I'm going to drop the link inside the chat box. You can also find it by simply Googling Rashida Strober GoFundMe, and it will pop up. Okay. And now, if you want to go to one place to look for how you can make a contribution, just go to my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, darkskinactivist.com. And if you scroll down, you will see at the bottom of the website, or nearing the bottom, where I give away a free ebook copy of my book, Darkism. You can get it for free. But I do have the PayPal and the Cash App donation email address and the Cash App handle, where you can go and make a contribution. And I would really appreciate it if you would do that, because the funding goes towards my legal fight against darkism, and the money goes towards the expenses that I have incurred and I continue to incur in this fight. And I want to thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. Good night.